Once again, good evening and welcome to EduSkills OET Made Easy. Our mission is to make you fall in love with OET. If you're watching this on YouTube, kindly consider subscribing to the channel. Give us a thumbs up if you like our work, and please share the video to others so that we reach out to maximum OET aspirants, especially those who are financially struggling to crack OET. EduSkills is a non-profit platform. We don't charge for any of our services, and you can find the links of previous Zoom sessions in the description below. Today is a special session, reading subtests and various types of questions. So reading part B and C will be going to the different types of questions. And normally there is no difference as regards the strategies that you need to apply. Reading part B or C, it goes almost 95% same. Maybe a couple of questions we'll be taking. Type 1 is elimination. Two opposites, one of them is right, absolute wrong, that you have learned in our elimination method session. Type 2 question based on details, where we focus on the developing sentence. Type 3 gist type question, focus on the topic sentence. And type 4 synonymous based questions, focus on the keyword or phrase. And contrast word based question, focus on what is said after the contrast word. And 6 paraphrasing based questions. There are other types as well, but we will not be able to deal all the questions together. First one is elimination. When there are two opposites out of 3 or 4 options, if there are two opposites, automatically the rest of the 1 or 2 will be eliminated. That's what we learned in our 7 principles of elimination, 7 skills of elimination. If you remember, we have learned this earlier in the session. If you are not familiar with it, please go to EduSkills OET YouTube channel and see the video. Eliminate the absolute, eliminate the wrong ones, looking for precise language. Now we are concerned with this fourth one, straight opposites. When there are straight opposites in the answer, one of them is correct. And if you're a beginner, definitely you have to go into the detailed analysis and learning of the text and all the answer options. But you can definitely look into this aspect, then understand this particular method, how to approach the question. Then you can go into the detailed analysis. Radical answers, incorrect, educated guess, and all those things we have.
1. Which of the following is not mentioned in the text? Some syringes can contain a mixture of 2 different medications. Needles must never be broken after administering medications. 2 syringes of the same type cannot have different medications.
You can unmute and interact. Yes. Can you find any opposites here? Means
Yes.
out of the options, which are the opposites?
Is A
and C.
Yeah, A and C. A and C are opposites, right?
Yes.
And here you have to learn, if you're beginners, definitely you have to focus on the synonymous language we used. Some syringes, 2 syringes. Can contain, cannot have. Okay, can contain, cannot have. Mixture of 2 different medications, different medications. So those are the synonyms or synonymous language being used. What is the conclusion? One of these must be the answer. So what happens? Automatically, the other one is eliminated. Other one is automatically eliminated. When there are 4 options in C, I will show you that later. 2 will be automatically eliminated. You have 50% chance now. So some syringes can contain a mixture of 2 different medications. 2 syringes of the same type cannot have 2 different medications. So that you can understand, can contain, cannot have. So those are the opposites. Now what you have to do? You have to look into which is the right one among these 2. We'll just listen to this and try to identify the answer. Okay, by listening, you have practice for reading as well as listening now.
Aseptic technique. Aseptic technique must be used when handling syringes and needles. The needle, the tip and hub, the inside of the barrel, and the plunger must be kept sterile at all times. Contamination of the plunger will contaminate the solution or medication as the plunger goes down the barrel. All syringes should be labeled with the name of the medication. If 2 or more syringes of the same type but containing different solutions or medications are being used, they must be clearly labeled to prevent confusion. If a needle is broken, it must be accounted for in its entirety. Bending, shearing, breaking, or recapping contaminated needles is strictly prohibited.
Did you find the answer?
Yes, Father.
Yeah. Where is it?
Option
Where
A.
is the question? Where is the portion answer in the text?
If 2 or more syringes of the same type.
Yes. So you have the answer here. So if 2 or more syringes of the same type but containing different solutions or medications are being used, they must be clearly labeled to prevent confusion. That says some syringes can contain a mixture of 2 different medications. It's clearly given here. Again, you have one more strategy. This I'm just telling you about the elimination. Here, in fact, if you get into the competency, you need not read the passage at all. you can just go into that particular area and find where it speaks about two syringes. Okay, I told you when there are numbers, you have to focus on the numbers. Here there is two different medications. Two is the number, right? It is spelled out. So where you have to go, you have to search for two in the text. So immediately you have the answer there. One more strategy, not one strategy, multiple strategies can be used. Whichever you are competent with, you can use them. One more strategy I told you is contrast, right? When there is a contrast word, you can immediately launch there. Now you see more syringes of the same type containing different solutions. After the contrast word, you have the answer here. Elimination is the method, but then you can cross-verify, cross-check with all these other strategies as well.
Yes,
Again, you have one more elimination here if you want to eliminate. What is that? This one?
Never.
Never is the absolute. Yeah, absolute. Actually, you don't require it because that is being eliminated, automatically eliminated when other two are opposites. Otherwise, you can, as soon as you go through never, you can eliminate them. Then you know you have the options between two of them. So you can use any of these strategies. On each text, you can apply around 3 to 4 strategies. So if you are familiar with one or two, you are damn sure that is the answer. You can cross-check. And other options, I think you need not go into detail now. It is here, if a needle is broken, never be broken. It says needles must never be broken. But here it says, if a needle is broken, what is to be done? So already it says it can be broken. So it is never. So absolute is there. Even otherwise, you can go into the text and you can identify that. Hope that is clear.
yes,
Yeah. Now I am taking another text from part C. Randomly, I took a material, and from that I have taken B and C. Now again, elimination to opposites. One of them is right. You know, there are 4 options here. So let's listen.
What do we learn from the third paragraph? Sleeping less is not always harmful. B. People in the US sleep more than required. C. Studies on sleep are becoming common. People sleep less than what is recommended. Previous studies have suggested that people who sleep less than 5 hours a night have a 15% greater risk of death from all causes than people of the same age who get a good night's sleep. In one survey of workers in Britain, more than 5% claimed to sleep no more than 5 hours a night. Another survey published in the US in 2010 found that nearly 30% of people claimed to sleep no more than 6 hours a night.
Any suggestion?
B
B and D are opposite.
B and
and
D. D.
B
The last
and
one.
D. Let's check B and D. Now people in the US sleep more than required. People sleep less than what is required,
What is required.
recommended. So maybe they have US specifications. Still they are opposites, right? People sleep more than required. People sleep less than required. So definitely, as you said, they are opposites. Yes, more than and less than. So what is the impact? Other two will be
Other two can be
eliminated, automatically eliminated. So you have 50% option here now. You struggle with those two options. This is the advantage of elimination method. Now out of these two, you have to identify the answer. How will you identify? Did you get while reading? Just listen and read from the screen. Do it together, okay?
Previous studies have suggested that people who sleep less than 5 hours a night have a 15% greater risk of death from all causes than people of the same age who get a good night's sleep. In one survey of workers in Britain, more than 5% claimed to sleep no more than 5 hours a night. Another survey published in the US in 2010 found that nearly 30% of people claimed to sleep no more than 6 hours a night.
answer D is correct. Right? And D, yeah. Another survey published in the US in 2010 found that nearly 30% of people claim to sleep no more than 6 hours a night.
No more than means what? Less than. Yeah, less. And again, if I claim to sleep, no more than means again less. Just to give you the synonymous taste words. So this is gist. Ultimately, it's gist, but easy for easily you can eliminate two. Then go with the two. No more than required and more than required. That's what they want to confuse you. Okay. Again, the negative meaning strategy can be applied here. People in the US, another survey published in the US in 2010 found that nearly 30% of people claim to sleep no more than 6 hours a night. Means less. They don't speak more. Again, it is less. So more than and no more than. That's the difference. Yes. If there is any clarification, you can ask me. Where are we? Now you see, people who sleep less than, people who sleep here, people sleep, people who sleep. That's in the topic sentence. If you can understand, if you have the competency of language, topic sentence itself gives you the answer. Or more than, no more than 5 hours, no more than 6 hours. Those are other clues. Again, elimination two opposites. One of them is right. Reading part C. Let's see one more example. Okay, let's listen.
There are many health benefits of alcohol. B. The benefits of drinking red wine to prevent or treat heart disease is conclusive. C. The evidence that alcohol can prevent or treat heart disease is inconclusive. D. There is a safe level of drinking 1 or 2 standard drinks a day when it comes to cancer.
Do you have any opposites here?
Is B and C.
B and
Conclusive and
Yeah.
inconclusive.
So conclusive and
Inconclusive.
Inconclusive.
inconclusive. Now, let's listen to this one.
But what about the heart health benefits of alcohol? Well, the evidence is inconclusive and potentially flawed at present. The Cancer Council says,
Do you have the answer there?
Yes, Father.
evidence is inconclusive.
Yeah, actually, that's again one more
Yes.
strategy. What is the strategy here? Topic sentence. Focus on the topic sentence.
Topic
As
sentence,
soon as
yes.
you read the topic sentence, it clearly says the evidence is inconclusive. So here you have already eliminated 2 options, right? With the elimination method. That is, when 2 are opposites, other 2 are automatically eliminated. Now you have to look only for conclusive evidence and inconclusive. So in the very first sentence, you have the answer. The evidence is inconclusive. After effects or benefits of alcohol, regarding the benefits of alcohol, evidence is inconclusive. That's how we beat the time. That's how we beat the time. There is no requirement. Actually, what I told you, if you know about the structure of the paragraph, if the topic sentence and the controlling idea speaks, it is inconclusive. You will never have the message conclusive in the same paragraph. They might give different evidences, different research results, everything. But the message will be, the evidence is inconclusive. They cannot give an opposite message than the topic sentence, what is given in the topic sentence in the paragraph. So you need not read rest of the things. That's how you can defeat the time. Let's see here. Okay, opposite. One is correct, conclusive and inconclusive. Even otherwise here is a contrast. A, B and D are contrast. Here A says many health benefits. B says there is evidence, conclusive evidence, it is beneficial. C says there is a safe level of drinking. A, B and C options speaks alcohol has benefits. Only C speaks as inconclusive, no benefits. It's not concluded. And again, you can use the, but when there is but, immediately the answer will happen there. So the heart benefits, the evidence is inconclusive. Again, you see the expression, same inconclusive, synonymous language use, advises against drinking. There is no evidence to suggest about a safe level of drinking. There is no evidence, advises against drinking. Everything says evidence is inconclusive. That's clear, right?
Yes,
Yes,
Father.
Father.
Yeah,
Yes,
but then you
Father.
can use additional strategies. As I told you, you can name, when there is a name, immediately you have to identify the name in the paragraph. What is the name? Cancer Council?
Cancer
Cancer Council.
Yeah, Cancer Council. That is the name. But there is one more name given there. What is that? National Heart Foundation.
National Health.
Yeah, 2 opinions are there. They will confuse you between that. And also, as I said, contrast begins with the word but, which says immediately there is an answer. Cancer Council advises that. First, A option, many health benefits. Topic sentence says the evidence is inconclusive. B says the benefits of drinking red wine to prevent or treat heart disease is conclusive. Who advises? Actually, there is one more option given as conclusive, but it is advised by National Heart Foundation.
Health Foundation.
The evidence that alcohol can prevent or treat heart disease is inconclusive. The topic sentence contains this answer. There is a safe level of drinking, but then the paragraph says there is no evidence. Option speaks of there is safe level of drinking 1 or 2 standard drinks a day when it comes to cancer. But the paragraph says there is no evidence to suggest there is a safe level of drinking. Just listen once again and focus on those 2 different advices, okay? How they have used conclusive and inconclusive.
adding that the National Heart Foundation advises against drinking red wine or any type of alcohol to prevent or treat heart disease. The message to consumers is that there is no evidence to suggest there is a safe level of drinking when it comes to cancer. However, given that the risk increases with amount, the Cancer Council suggests that anyone who wants to drink should stick to the National Health and Medical Research Council guidelines, no more than 2 standard drinks a day for healthy men and women. A standard drink is usually described as the equivalent of 100 milliliters of wine or 285 milliliters of beer, but it can vary depending on the alcohol content of the beverage.
Now, that is the answer for next question in the same material. We have taken from another material. This is not from the material that I have given you. The next answer is here. However, the next question has the answer from the same paragraph. But however, given that the risk increases with the amount, the Cancer Council suggests at least you reduce the amount of drinking. Those who cannot but addicted, they must drink. At least try to lessen your drinking quantity, amount of drinking. You have to lessen. That doesn't mean there is a safe level. They are asking if you cannot give up, you have to give up. The whole first part of the paratext says you have to stop drinking. It's not at all beneficial. However, if cannot stop, at least reduce, come down, bring down to no more than 2 standard drinks. Maximum you can drink is 2 standard drinks. That is just to tell you, there are other strategies which you can apply, but we are just focusing on certain types of questions. That doesn't mean you have to focus only on elimination or only on topic sentence or only on opposites, although, but then you can even cross check with other criteria.